E-Gaming Bets. We accept bets on computer games online since 2011. Referral system for regular users and the first deposit bonus. Gaming devices store and the best choice of payment systems. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, Counter-Strike and StarCraft, World of Tanks and League of Legends. EGB.com. You know for sure who's going to win.
G2A.com, the best video game store ever! Fast as lightning, solid as a rock, cheap as duck! What's more, you can sell on it because it's also a marketplace. Remember G2A.com, the best video game store ever!
Hello everybody and welcome to Season 4 of DotaPit by G2A. I'm Toby Warner, I'm joined by Ryu as we go into our last. That's it, there is no more, it's final, there is no extra rug sale coming back your way next week because of reopening a new location. This is the final game of the online season for DotaPit Season 4. This game will decide who will be our final team from Europe to qualify for the LAN finals. Ryu, I'm hoping for a good game, a fair game, and a bloody game.
Yep. I'm hoping so too, Toby. This is going to be very interesting to see how much effort, obviously, Hellraiser is going to put in this game. And, like, we kind of joked about it a little bit talking earlier, but I kind of do want to know, like, who are Hellraiser's friends more with? You know, are they more bro-to-bro with Roxkiss or bro-to-bro with Team Empire? Because I think that does offer a lot in sports. When you have
10 seconds
rivalries, sometimes you have good friends, and then sometimes you're just like not necessarily throw, but you're gonna try either less hard or more hard against certain people in certain times. So,
well, considering a lot of these guys used to play on Team Empire, I don't know how much that's gonna come into it. But I think both of these teams actually used to play.
We hate Empire.
Yeah.
They kicked us all off.
Maybe. Then again, Team Empire was also ravaged by Na'Vi, so technically everyone hates Na'Vi too. For those who don't understand what we're talking about, let's just quickly jump to the grid. So the situation we're in tonight, with the last game that we played between Hellraisers as well as Tornado.Rox, if Tornado.Rox take this 2-0, then they will qualify themselves for the LAN finals, beating out Team Empire by 1 point. Hellraisers have no chance to qualify. If they go 2-0 here, they'll end in second position. Unfortunately, there are no prizes for the bridesmaid. So it's all up to Rox here. So if Rox don't go 2-0, then Team Empire will, by default, win. I say by default because they were able to take 9 points out of the competition. That means that they will go to the LAN finals and be the second team from Europe, Na'Vi being the last one who qualified last night, to go to DotaPit Season 4 in beautiful Croatia and join a lot of really wonderfully invited top teams.
Man, just imagine if London Conspiracy had tied yesterday. That would have been...
10 seconds remaining.
It would have been crazy, man.
Oh,
it would have been crazy.
That's one of those situations where I really wanted it to happen because I don't like the 2-0 head-to-head standing just because Na'Vi 2-0'd the other two teams that have the same 10 points. But, I mean, it does make it a lot easier in the long run where you don't have a three-way tie and doing all these 1-1s, 1-1s, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1. And you just constant cycles and stuff. But, yep, we're no longer there. Congrats to Na'Vi. Congrats to them. Finally going to go to a LAN. Hope they perform really well. And we'll see who joins them here.
Yeah, see how our draft unfolds to give the early advantage. What a surprise when we cast two CIS teams that we draft for heavy lane presence more than anything else. Got Nature's Prophet, win 2 lanes, potentially 3. But the Batrider pickup from Hellraisers as well as the Witch Doctor, I'm all
10
for it. Witch
seconds
Doctor, he
remaining.
seems to just function with everybody. There's almost no
5
combination he
seconds
doesn't work
remaining.
with. The Batrider, however, seems to be struggling a lot more. The jungle either gets really
Reserve
crowded,
time.
or is unable to steal the enemy stacks when they throw them up, or there's just this zoning out in the laning phase. There's a lot of problems that I just see Batrider having in almost all of his recent games.
Yeah, a lot of times people dodge out him. They shut him down early, and once he does get the blink online, he might get one pick off. But then afterwards, teams are really good about just huddling up and not giving any kills away. They also have the swap this game,
Radiant
so sure
team
people
back.
aren't going to be getting picked off by the Batrider. So you're forced into this situation where you need to have the superior vision or the better initiation, where you have a blink or a force staff or something, or fighting around the Roche pit. But
10
yeah, Witch Doctor, I
seconds
agree with you,
remaining.
man. I'm really surprised they banned out Juggernaut
5
themselves,
seconds
having a Witch
remaining.
Doctor. I guess you don't really want to pick up a Juggernaut in some cases when you're going against all the
Reserve time.
treants. They could be spawned into the fights, then they'll be jumping around, hitting that. Then your ulti is going to be pretty underwhelming. But it's more Juggernaut's a timing hero. Push all those tier 1s, get that easy Roche, and try to go high ground by the second Roche.
I was actually thinking then maybe is Hellraiser's going for something more which can deal with the global. Because I'm just going to say like now, Zeus is still in the pool. Combos very easily with the Nature's Prophet. But if Hellraiser's considering going something more like a Spectre and going for more of a later game approach, ensure they get one victory under their belt and knock Rox Kiss out of DotaPit, would be one way to do it.
Dire
We've
team
been seeing
back.
Spectres and Zeus's a lot
Dire team pick.
paired up with the Furions. Could still see Rocktics picking it up, but Hellraisers, how do they want to approach it? Do they want to pick it first, or do they have a idea that it's going to happen? Do they want to play around it, like you said, against it? I'm all for Sven carry. I really like that hero a lot nowadays, especially when you're cleaving through all the treants and buffing up the
10
Warcry to
seconds
really chase
remaining.
heroes. And then the build that Ditya does all the
5
time, it's
seconds
just so amazing to watch, where you just get this Helmet of Dom, you start stacking up, and then you
Reserve
just
time.
disassemble it later for the armlet. Then then you can go into the Mask of Madness afterwards if you want that. Get fast Sange and Yasha, and then you're up on the other enemy carry by like 4 or 5k net worth all the time, just because you farm, 2 big ancient stacks, and you get, Roche control, put pressure on the map. But
There is one thing which screws that up a little bit though, and that's the one here that was banned out first by Rox, and that's the Chen, because that's probably been the biggest timing attack, which is before this event comes online. There's this push that comes around the 6-7 minute
Radiant
mark
team pick.
with like 3 creeps from Chen and a little bit of extra pressure, and it's Team Global.
Dire
It's
team
Team
pick.
Global.
yeah, they could even get. I mean, they should be expecting the Zeus next too.
Yeah.
If they're not.
But
so
what do you do if you're Hellraisers? Like, do you actually want to pick up the Zeus at this point? That means you're running a 4 intel lineup.
I wouldn't necessarily want to do that. We'll have to see. They can get away with
10
maybe.
seconds remaining.
Could you push the Batrider to the mid if you're Hellraisers?
5 seconds remaining.
Or is it still better to have like the Batrider on the sideline?
Reserve time.
He could also go safe lane if he wants to.
I don't think they'll be able to put enough pressure on the Zeus to kill him with a Batrider.
Oh,
Plus-
let's see if they go up against the Zeus.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking because now they could pick up their core, like something aggressive that can battle directly against the
10
Spectre.
seconds remaining.
I was actually having like Slark in the back of my mind here for Illidan,
5 seconds remaining.
but we are running a lot of like range heroes and
Well, we call Roxkiss's
Dire
lineup
team back.
pretty
Yeah.
easy, but
yeah.
Faces Void. Yeah, I like you said. Now it looks like Batrider is going to be going into the mid lane, so they're going to put it up, or it could still be safe lane faces void farm, which I totally disagree with. I don't like that at all. And
10 seconds remaining.
yeah, putting Batrider mid, I still say, like you said,
5
Slark is
seconds
okay, but
remaining.
if Zeus bolts you in your ulti, it'll still hit on the ground.
Radiant
And
team ban.
if you ulti, it won't hit. The static field just destroys Slark. It's kind of hard to really pick that hero in this situation just because they have so much burst damage from Zeus. But I'm trying to think of what other carry they
10
could
seconds
really get
remaining.
that's going to help a lot. I mean, they could fall back
5
onto...
seconds remaining.
No, I don't really want to do that.
You talking about
It's-
the HR carry?
Yeah, I was thinking Ursa and Lycan, but this is the thing that I saw earlier too. It's where the enemy team has a Nature's Prophet, and they're just able to be so aggressive on the map, and they're just taking tier 1 towers because they have a Nature's Prophet. They also have Avenge with the Aura, whereas the other team, Hellraisers, they're all predicated on pickoffs. So you have to get pickoffs, and even then, sometimes you can't even transition to getting towers. So you need a hero that either does a shit ton of damage, or some pusher like Lycan.
But Lycan doesn't function with the Faceless Void.
No, that's why I don't want to see that. It could
in
function
fact,
decently.
Most of the
with-
heroes for Hellraisers don't function well with the Void. The Wyvern doesn't synergize perfectly. We're not
10
going to say
seconds
Splinter Blast is
remaining.
the big damage you're looking for. The Witch Doctor Deathwalk,
5
he's getting
seconds
placed
remaining.
inside the Chronosphere every
Yeah,
time.
I've seen that every single time.
It happened
I-
in the ESL game earlier today.
Yeah, I saw that.
That works. That works a lot
Radiant
better.
team pick.
So it's not perfect because they're still heavily relying on the Batrider and the Faceless Void to catch heroes out of position. This does push Batrider into the mid lane up against the Zeus, so it's the battle of the six. And maybe some early rotations from like the Wyvern to zone out the Zeus early on, and Witch Doctor to hang around there, so they can almost dual lane
10
the mid.
seconds remaining.
Yeah,
Where they
Nature's Prophet
Yeah.
can
5
TP in
seconds
for the
remaining.
help to kill Batrider. Winter Wyvern might start off early when pressuring the
Reserve
Zeus out of lane, so he can help out the Batrider get maybe the first creep wave or something. But Roxkiss, they need a good hero here to last support. If they could have a Witch Doctor right now, I mean, Roxkiss lineup would be amazing. I don't mind Dazzle here too much. Isn't that bad? Some kind of save for Chronos and... Okay. Yeah, that's a dead hero. And it's coming back, it's very good against the Weaver as well as the Faceless Void. He time walks in, you have the pre-clicked silence on him, and then bam, he's done for. He doesn't get off his ulti. It screws him over in the laning phase. You can zone him out perfectly. And yeah, you just need the silence, and it's gonna screw over a lot of these heroes.
Yeah, it was the perfect pickup. I was sitting here thinking, okay, you need some control on the Weaver. Like, Bane is where you'd probably think more than anything else, and surprising that he wasn't even banned or picked in this game. But the Bane would have a lot of problems getting his ulti off and keeping the lockdown. So what's the better choice? You get a Skywrath Mage, the Void wants to chrono early
10
on,
seconds
you throw
remaining.
down your Mystic Flare, pushes the Void away, so he can't just sit on top of the
5 seconds
enemy hero he
remaining.
wants to beat down. Because of that, good catch against the Weaver, good lane presence as well, so a lot of things that just work for this last hero, not to mention the amplification that he gives to everyone else on Rox that's already doing a fair chunk of magical
Prepare
damage.
for battle.
And I think the biggest thing right now is Illidan. If he doesn't buy Quelling Blade or doesn't have Tangos, I mean, this Sprout is going to completely own him in certain situations where they will have that reliable lockdown for the ulti, or even just to silence him. So I want to see if there's any big Sprout plays coming in, because I think it can be done really easily onto a Weaver.
Alright, so already the scouting gets to begin. It will be a stick and bottle play for Afo in that mid lane. So Illidan runs the safe lane, but he's also looking at a lot of spam. He's already picked up the Wraithband recipe, so he'll be building in for the long haul later on. And Sharshlo is now going to have his items delivered down to
30
him. He's been
seconds to
trying to
battle.
get this damn Observer Ward down in a position that Rox won't know where it is, but he just can't get inside the base without getting scouted out thanks to RMN's very early TP down to that bottom lane. But this will just be a simple rune for rune.
Shashlo needs to be a little bit careful here, not to get too greedy.
It's like what are you gonna do though? Like you just time walk away.
The battle begins.
Like unless y'all went for seal, they wouldn't have really had an opportunity to get that, and that would also then force BZZ to level up Lightning Bolt, as opposed to leveling up Arc Lightning, which is what he wants for the laning phase.
That's still a good play from Shashlo because it forces the Skywrath to not block mid lane per se. It forces supports to go into the lane, and like you said, maybe he could even place the deeper ward. He's just scared, like, okay, well, there might be a ward in the lane like here or something, and it's going to scout me out while I'm warding. So, and this is also another really good play coming in from Armin. You see it a lot from high level supports, just making sure that the range creep's not in front and it's not going to push the lane constantly.
I want to see how this little bit of a battle goes. The two supports versus a Faceless Void. Can the Void keep the attention of the VS and the Skywrath Mage on bottom? Because right now, you've got one support, which is Goddamn. He plays down a new Observer Ward, and he wants to harass into BZZ. Now, there's no real point of him throwing out the Arctic Burn unless, one, he's going to take out the Courier of BZZ, or two, you got enough sticky Napalm charges from Afo that you can find the kill. So BZZ is doing a lot of return damage into Goddamn because he tanked up the tower for way too much. And they don't find anything from that. In fact, they just take more damage than what they really gave.
Top lane, ooh, let's it. Ooh, 10 HP, baby.
Dire's top
I
tower
could have missed
is
first
under
blood
attack.
because of Toby, guys. No, I'm just kidding, but... yeah,
I don't know if it's because of me, but yes, we could have actually missed first blood as a whole. Shashlo, you gotta be really careful with these situations. With no time walk, like he doesn't want to consume that fairy fire just yet. Not when he's got so many tango charges.
They kind of missed out on the kill there, but that's even better positioning coming in from BZZ. He knows that the Wyvern's missing. Furion probably told him, and that's a play that Wyverns do all the time. You just sit there, wait for the rune, or either wait for first blood or wait for the courier to snipe it off. Shashlo, like you said, the one good thing is still Yola is only level 1. If they had silence or even a stun coming in from Armin, that would be easy kills on the bottom lane.
Well, a very passive start to this game so far. Even if the laning has kept it a little bit close, it's not what you really expect until this moment. Time walks up in 2 seconds, 1 second, and he needs it right now. Repairs a lot of the damage that was done to him. Nature's Prophet was also looking for the TP in. It would have been pretty ballsy to do, considering that Nature's Prophet is only just hit level 3. He was only level 2 when he was attempting the TP. So Sprout was not available for him.
He might get level 2 here. I mean... oh, okay, Shashlo. That's...
2 seconds, 1 second. Yep, time walk. Repairs the damage, but now in comes Ghost 6. This time around, he's got the Sprout. The Faceless Void just kept walking. Hilariously enough, if he was able to turn around and do some level of damage to Tron, he could have found himself with a rebuttal kill, which would have made that a lot more worth it.
Finally, punishing this Void, playing really aggressive here, and I mean, that's just kind of like the trade-off, right? You want to either get levels or you want to just get an Iron Talon and farm. In this case, he tried. He's gonna have level 2 here at 3 minutes and 30, but I don't think he's gonna get anything more now. So,
Goddamn's getting ready to rotate to top lane, looking for the kill over on Ghost 6. His TP is still on cooldown for the moment. They got Paralyzing Cask as well. They probably want to be starting with this, however. And that's why, okay, there goes your Cask. Ghost 6 shouldn't be able to survive this one. The Malediction's on him, so Illidan's just going to hit him once, and there's an easy kill. A good one for a Weaver to take as well. Weaver, one of those heroes that really needs to progress quickly through her items. Especially in this game when there's so much early lane presence that can be provided by the Nature's Prophet.
yeah, if there's like one tower you can get Hellraisers right now, it's top lane. And you definitely need it. This Furion is still, there's zero pressure on the tower now, and he's still pulling off the creep wave. So the only damage that's going to come is if Illidan right-clicks it now, but still doing a really good job. And like you said, Weaver has to be very aggressive early on. He's going to need to get a lot of kills done. And just I keep having my eyes on mid lane. It's just nice positioning from BZZ. So maybe Gotham should either get a smoke or something, rotate all the ways around to the bottom.
Not sitting
because-
underneath the observer ward does make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Because he was sitting there for a good 10-15 seconds just on top of the observer ward, hence BZZ just knew exactly what positioning to have. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. Like, you look to Goddamn to just do a quick rotation. Problem is, he's still only level 2. So there's no real quick burst damage that would come from something like a Splinter Blast. He's just an Arctic Burn kind of guy. So finds Ghost Sticks and can leech a little bit of the experience from there at least. But now with a Sprout, he's going to have to actually cold embrace himself to start with. And also commit Arctic Burn because of the way the train's going to body block him in. He has to do it. The Zeus actually throwing out a Bolt. Throwing out the ulti to help get the kill on the Faceless Void in the bottom lane. The Spectre is the one to get the last hit. But HR lucky not to lose 2 there.
And also the ward got dewarded bottom. They put the sentry about 15 seconds ago. I was taking note of that, and it was a fresh one too from Hellraisers. They might be having a hard time at this nighttime getting vision anywhere on the map.
So they're preparing for later. This is the flash farm they're trying to get into AFO for the Blink Dagger. So there's a triple stack now inside the Dire Jungle. This will give him a huge chunk of cash as well. Unfortunately for him, he's just lost the top rune because the train denied it. And Batrider's already taken the Arcane Rune. Sorry, activated the Arcane Rune.
FO is checking to see if there's anybody who has stacks or something. It's a good play. It's very dangerous though when it's nighttime like this, but scouting it out, not going to find anything. And he's just going to retreat here. Yeah, it's hard for Hellraisers to get anything done right now without having a Blink Dagger or Chronosphere. So that's why everything's just, you know, kind of settling down here. And Roxkiss has almost level 6 on Ghost Stick. They can start being very aggressive whenever they want, as well as Tron. So they're ready to go once this urn comes out on the bottom lane.
Even before, just gun it. Sharshlo is not level 6, so no chrono, so yeah, just go for it. They just brought this ready to go. He's got his ulti available. They got so much burst damage they can use on Sharshlo, and because that Observer Ward that was just freshly placed, they understand that he's alone. Also, they're pinging towards the mid. Potential Spectra Haunt.
It's gonna be funny when AFO, we didn't even talk about it. There could be, you know, Zeus ulti and then Furion and then Spectre, and then AFO dies because he's low killing the creeps, but luckily he gets away, farming there. And they didn't use their ultis, scouting him out.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What are you up to, Afro? 8-minute rune. Let the Wyvern try and tank this up, but now, wow, that pop came through. The Faceless Void also got revealed, hence the Wrath of Nature killed him off. And this is where Team Global is just so easy. Thunder God's Wrath gets vision of every hero, and that allows Wrath of Nature to connect on every single hero, if timed correctly.
One good thing though, top tower does fall for Hellraisers. That'll probably be the only one they get until they put a lot more kills on the board. So they've at least done the basics right now for the laning stage. And now it's going to be a lot of rotations from Illidan to really get them back into the game. They're going to have to overextend very hard from Roxkiss, and then Illidan's going to have to clean up here. He's playing really aggressive right now for Ghost Stick. This is really good, but
Illidan can't rotate though. He's actually going to go in on this. There's not enough damage to find the kill, so he's going to time-lapse out most of the damage he's already taken. Hey, so I'm wondering if Illidan goes for a glass cannon build, just straight Desolator as the option. Getting sealed, Spectre, gonna reality himself in on the back of this Haunt, but Illidan's just too quick and away.
Yeah, that's a waste of a Haunt. That's good. And notice Yol is going for the max silence build. This is what you want to do in this situation. It also amplifies the damage of BZZ so much, so the synergy between Zeus and the Skywrath here, they can just blow anybody up that they want. And I'm very curious to see what he goes for. In this game, you would really love to have the the Lincoln Sphere, but at the same time, you know, one Arcane Bolt, it kind of screws it up, but at the same time, it still has to hit. So even though it's casted, it's not going to pop it until it hits.
I mean, for Illidan, it's gotta be a Deso BKB game.
Yeah, BKB, 100%.
And they just smoked on top of a Treant.
Correct.
Yep. It's not HR's game. Hilariously enough, they do actually have the experience advantage, and the gold advantage really isn't as far in favor of Rox as I thought it was. They're hunting for this opening. They won't find it now the Spectre is hiding behind his own tier 1 tower.
That's still a really good play, though. Maybe not going into the bottom lane. They were scouted out already. But Spectre's ulti's on cooldown. You have to, even if you lose like 3 or 4 heroes, you have to make plays when the enemy's team's globals are down. Else you're not going to get the advantage in this game. Wrecked.
He went from 100% to 0. There wasn't even a chance there. The second he got amplified from that seal of Skywrath Mage, which is level 3, BZZ threw down the lightning bolt and the ulti, and that took away 95% of his life.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You can't even react. It's a Faceless Void. Like, you just want to time walk your way out of that. Repair all the damage that was done, but he had no time. Locked inside of seal. And Rox pushed the issue harder. That Observer is still watching Aphos, so they can get the right timing to move up the hill. And what do they really want to do here? Like, the movement's going down south with a couple of heroes, so they move towards the middle lane. Goddamn, trying to reach his ultimate. And now, with the Mystic Flare, the Magic Missile, Tron was able to reality in. So all 5 heroes arrive from Roxkiss into this mid lane, and they'll take the tier 1 tower to boot.
Yeah, that's still a good ulti for Spectre. Getting your first earn charges sometimes can be the hardest, and now she can use that to farm or farm heroes. So this will help out a lot. Obviously, other than that, yeah, they're going to get a deny, though. So that's really good from Hellraisers, too, saving that. Obviously, they realized they were rotating over because of the ultis. Good back out.
You still get what you really wanted. Like, it's starting to remove the map control of Hellraisers. I say starting, like it's the first tier 1 town they're being able to claim. But it buys space for the Spectre and also makes it a little bit more comfortable around Roshan. Illidan copping a fair chunk of damage here on the bottom lane. Ooh. And with the bolt, that orb, he's going to time-lapse out the damage. The orb is still going to keep chasing him. In fact, he had 2 chasing him at the end of all of that. Well, Batrider now comes for the hunt. And they find Yol out of position. He'll throw to the Mystic Flare, which instantly makes it so HR has to back out. As Shashlo tries to slow down Yol. Successful at doing so, and they'll find the kill. Didn't have to commit the Chronosphere, which means Hellraisers
got it.
Did he? Wow, okay.
Yeah, he chased that thing down for the whole time.
So
that
now,
took 4 hits.
I was going to say, now they can take out bottom lane easily. But I'm actually not so sure it's that easy. And you're in a trade position where BZZ and RMN are adding a fair chunk of pressure to mid. They go for the Chronosphere. That's going to allow for the TPs to arrive. Illidan getting the bugs off. So RMN, oh, nice lasso. This will allow Hellraisers to take 2 heroes here. Death Ward maybe not essential, but thrown out anyway. But that's big for Hellraisers. Kills this far into the game after you had such a bad start. It's going to be worth so much.
Oh yeah, especially Shashlo's doing something finally. That's the first play he's made in 13 minutes, and it's a big one. Punishing them for being way too aggressive on the other side. Good positioning coming out from Hellraisers there, and yeah, still at the end of the day, Spectre is free farming. She's up to her drums now. That's still no slowing her down. So Tron's been doing absolutely amazing so far, and they have eyes on Shashlo again, but they're saying nope, that's too deep, and probably don't have enough burst damage with only Ghost Stick here.
You do have that long hold time with the seal. Like, it's still a 5-second silence duration over on the Faceless Void.
The only play they can really do is the Sprout, though, and if he has the Quelling Blade, which he has the Iron Talon, then he can just get out of it pretty easily.
True.
But they do have the Zeus and Spectre ulti and everything, so technically they could all be there at once. Yeah.
There's a move coming up top. Tron trying to engage here. Now Faceless Void does not have Chronosphere. The Paralyzing Cask is still available. Trying to buy a little bit of space, but the Mystic Flare's already done its work over on the Batrider. A reality to the front lines again. Tron can't keep up, even though he's got that double damage.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Every
under
target he
attack.
goes for, he kind of gets blocked by either Creep Wave, Treant, his own teammates. There's a lot of things getting in his way.
Bottom lane, they had a TPN. Ghosted could have got a Sprout out there. That could have been Illidan's death. And notice, yeah, he has to go BKB first. There's no other option. Meanwhile, top lane, got him is... Oh, they have the cast, though. He didn't go for it.
Wait for it. Now they can go for it. Straight to the death ward. BZZ won't take enough damage from this. Shashlo ulti is in 3 seconds time. 1 second, and now catches out both of them. Nature's Prophet's going to TP in to try and help out. You got the Malediction and Paralyzing Cast coming back off cooldown now. But BZZ, he'll actually pop from the Malediction. He can't save himself from that, but he can still survive just long enough. Wait, can he? With a TP back, the Flame Break. Oh! It flew with a Flame Break, was a fraction of a second too late from Afo. Oh, that is not the dream. HR, I actually felt like they're getting themselves back into this game, and they needed that. They needed that fight. They needed those pickoffs, and they just didn't get anything. They lost 3 heroes for nothing.
Yeah, I was very curious to see why Witch Doctor was really holding on to his casts. Maybe he wasn't in range or something, but there was 2 heroes right next to each other. Could have potentially saved the retreating Winter Wyvern. And yeah, we haven't seen one ulti this game, I don't think, for Gano. It's just no time to really cast ultis. They're really not grouping up from the side of Roxkus. It's just like, oh, well, we pop all our ultis and you're all dead, so...
Well, you already want to keep your distance anyway. You're going up against a Faceless Void. Like, if there's more than 2 people caught inside of one Chronosphere, then either you are forced into a choke point, or you've taken a poor position in the fight.
Worst part is they can't even ulti the Spectre because they don't have enough physical damage to kill her off. You have to make the Spectre kill somebody.
They found the opening. It's going to be Witch Doctor who's the man to get silenced up as the Batrider expends his lines through. They don't really find anything until now. Scarab Mage picked up by the Weaver. Looks like RMN's going to go down as well. They both have the Scarab Bugs on him, and there's a lot of damage coming out from Illidan. Maybe not so great at being locked inside the Sprout with Tron. Ends up being a 1-for-1 trade. The Batrider does get the kill first, so Weaver helps and gets the experience from it, but Nature's Prophet gets a lot in return. Almost finished his Orchid now.
If that BKB was there, Illidan would have got like an ultra kill. At least. That's very unfortunate. He had it way before the team fight too. But still, that's Roxkus using their ultis once again. So now it's on Hellraisers. You have to make a big play now. You have your BKB online. This is as strong as you're going to be for the next 10, 15 minutes. Besides, yeah, you have the 4 staff on Afro and NJ. You have the BKB. And Shashla would really love to have a Blink Dagger, but you're just going to have to make a play now. It's time. So, bottom lane, tier 1 is really low. They might not even need to group up to get it here. Got him just pushing it away. Mid lane? Oh, for some reason I thought there was more.
Yeah, if it was a level 2 swap on the VS, I probably would have agreed with you. Yeah, this bottom lane is just too easy for HR to take. And there's no reason to rotate forward. Like, it was inevitable that tower was going to get killed off. The only reason why you come down there is potentially a denial. But the rest of Rox was grouping up around mid. They're actually moving into a position where it looked like they were going to go for a smoke. And then y'all just pulled out of it. They do find somebody, though. That's going to be Goddamn. Goddamn still got his Arctic Burn, and now the Nature's Prophet's going to arrive. So obviously, okay, Chronosphere, Goddamn, he's a little bit more range here. Lightning Bolt doing a little bit of damage to Shashlo. Shashlo needs to be out. Oh, he can't! He couldn't jump himself out in time. RMN's going to get killed off by his own Spectre. Thanks to that curse from Goddamn, and Goddamn into the Glimmer Cape. And back underneath this tower to safety.
Nice disengage. We also have Illidan coming back in. They have Sentry down. That's a lot of burst.
He's going to BKB. They have enough damage to kill off Yol before that TP can complete. The Flame Break just making sure it doesn't complete by interrupting. So that's a Faceless Void for a VS and a Skywrath. Not certain you really want to say that's the greatest trade-off in the world. Especially when you take into consideration the fact you are getting split pushed all the time. You need to be able to have like a lot stronger heroes at this point of the game.
Oh no, that was a win for Roxkiss by like a long mile because they used all their ultis and they didn't get punished.
Oh, will we? Sorry.
He went away, yeah.
Ghostix dropped to about 100 HP then. The Batrider almost had him. Almost had him.
But yeah, like you said, they're not getting enough done from Hellraisers. I would have really liked to see them go for the Roche play with Swarm. It's maxed out in this situation. Armendo, Illidan's on the hunt. They have a ward scouting out Tron here, but no backup just yet.
They get to see the fresh Observe Ward being placed by RMM. That's almost worth it, even if he doesn't get the kill now. But a sentry for sentry. Spectral Dagger. Wow, wow, Illidan. Goodbye, son. It's nice knowing you. There's always global support you got to be prepared to fight against. Always.
I don't think he was ready for the Spectral Dagger at the same time as Zeus ulti. He calculated right. He was clicking his... You saw the animation of him ulting, but it was just way too slow.
One time I've said as much of that as possible, y'all. Oh, another Observe Wall being planted down that should be scouted out, but they get a revenge kill for it at least. And the bottom tower now, the rest of Roxkiss will have to back off for a moment. Not feeling the confidence for silence control, which is what they need when that Weaver comes back to life again. Even then, they don't have that because of the BKB.
Yeah, still at the end of the day, Hellraisers... yeah, I think they have a little bit better team fight when it comes to that, at least for the BKB sustain. Until Spectre gets the Manta style, I'm certain Hellraisers can win a team fight as long as they have a good chrono with a Death Ward. I don't see the synergy coming in with Winter's Curse besides holding out like the Zeus, because most of the time Zeus is going to be on the back lines, and you're not going to be able to kill him unless you have a really good lasso coming in from Afo Ninja.
It makes a lot of sense, and I'm wondering if this is more of what Hellraisers is thinking when it comes to team fights, where you start with the Blink Dagger Lasso, you drag one hero back, and the Void goes in at that point, throws the Chronosphere down and isolates Roxkiss. It should mean that you start every fight with the one hero advantage. It should, at least. Goodbye, Shashlo. He actually finished the Vlads before dying then. So there's no buyback for the Faceless Void, but at least HR can feel a little bit more confident going into Roshan. Yeah, I'm really not certain about this mana style. Because with the Weaver going to go in for something like a Desolator, like it's going to rip apart that Spectre. Like the stats are good, but what are you trying to break? Paralyzing Cast? You kind of help it a little bit.
It's just once the BKBs are down because he's having to use... I thought he had only 8 seconds yet. Illidan might be forced to pop his BKB? No. No Team Global coming in. It's probably not worth it popping your globals there just to make him pop a BKB, but as I'm saying, like, imagine if it's like a 5-second BKB, and at the rate of this game is going, it's going to get down there. So once you have the Manta style on him, Illidan is just going to be paper once the BKB is down, and that's more what it's for. It's for isolating out heroes, and when you're on top of them, you just do so much damage with the Desolate, and it's like an anti-mage with the mana burn.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hellraiser going to group up as 4 heroes now on that top lane. It's a little bit of chip damage being done to the tier 2 tower, but more than likely they just have to... Yeah, they're going to smoke and rotate over with another 2 of them. No one's showing themselves from Rox. What a patient game as well from Roxkiss.
I would really love to see Hellraisers... Well, I would really love to see... Normally, a lot of times in this lineup, there's no mechanism and there's no pipe against Roxkiss's lineup. They just have, like, yeah, this Batrider or this offlane Faceless Void. Sure, Vlad's helps out a little bit, but not nearly as much as a mech or a pipe.
Illidan TP's down south. There is the sentry wards. They saw Illidan running in. He's going to go again for another Shikuchi. Yol does have his TP available, so he's going to go inside the trees. And Shashlo, flame breaks too late. Would have been too late as well for a time walk into Chrono. But I can't be okay with like if I was Hellraisers. Your Desolator's flying out from Illidan right now. So you want to slip yourself in and take out Roshan. Something a little bit more potent than just an illusion room would have been nice, but they have no big ward placement through the Radiant jungle, so it still actually helps them out.
Yep, this is just good timing from Hellraisers. I still do think they're a little bit stronger in the team fight if they can get the initiations off. It's just later in the game, right? That's when it starts to become... No, too late to contest this. Even then, though, like, imagine a Faceless Void as well as a Batrider in the late game situation. It's very scary to deal with these heroes when you have like an Ags Blink. You can constantly kill people whenever, and as well as a Batrider. So even when you go into these late game situations, it's not set in stone for Roxkiss to win just because they have a team global.
In fact, right now, I'd be looking for Hellraisers to get the advantage at the start of the fight, just because that Aegis is immortal, and the confidence it'll give the rest of Hellraisers. And maybe this is one way to do it. Illidan catching out the Skywrath Mage in the mid lane. Time lapses out all of the damage he took.
Dire's top tower is under
What a player, Illidan.
Straight back pushing. He really has carried so many teams in his career. They're going for a haunt. Yep! The Death Ward going to get cancelled. Say goodbye to your Witch Doctor. Especially with that Zeus ulti being planted down with a Flame Break. It's burning RMN. You'll end up surviving now. But really, what's the cost of Roxkiss? You've just lost your Nature's Prophet. BZZ is going to get isolated inside the Chronosphere. So you just lost 2 big cores. RMN has to hide in the tree line. He did not have a TP scroll. Don't know if HR were aware of this or not. But Rock still just took a 2-for-1 fight where they lost 2 of their core heroes for a Witch Doctor.
Yep, that's so good for them. And they also got the pick off beforehand on the Skywrath Mage, so still looking really good for them. And the BKB is almost done for Afro Ninja. That's the one thing about Roxkiss's lineup. You get BKBs, they're absolutely going to do nothing to you. And yeah, it's going to be very scary once Hellraisers start getting more of these pickoffs. And what I saw that team fight that made me worried, Toby, is that Weaver having 1300 HP and enjoying the team fight with 400 because of the global from Zeus and Furion before he arrived. That was funny to watch, but
he really does need some more stats, like some life. I don't care if he even has to go into a heart.
Yeah, heart's looking pretty damn good right now.
Yeah. It'll be the most obvious of the choices. He potentially could also go in for something like a butterfly, but like it's more of the raw HP having trouble with.
Well, that's a gem.
Glimmer Cape for the Wyvern, but yeah, he needs to get rid of the gem down the hillside. They're pinging it out, saying it's there, but look at Shashlo. He's gonna make the jump up. He'll grab the gem, and now he can Chronosphere and go on to Ghost 6, but no, they go for the easier target. That's gonna be Yol.
BKB lasso over here, bro.
Oh, there she got another one. Oh, they got a big one. They got BZZ. They're going to cliff him. RMN's going to swap him back down again, but that just makes RMN a very easy kill for Illidan to take, and they may lose more, but the Batrider down for the moment, but the revenge is still sweet for Shashlo. A simple Chronosphere and the 2 big heroes. Like, I don't even care about the Batrider. He did his job, but Illidan and Shashlo, they're the ones that are going to get out of control.
Oh, yeah. This is... Oh boy, it's all on the backs kind of the Spectre to really carry during the team fights, and it's going to be really hard when... I don't even know if she should go Diffusal next. I don't think you can. You can't go Radiance anymore. It's not going to help once they have the BKBs on Hellraiser's side.
But what else do you get? Like you can't go Butterfly because Illidan's at a point where he'll just buy a straight Monkey King bar against you. So you can't have that level of evasion. You could potentially go for the Heart, but the damage output from Hellraisers isn't that weak at the moment that you'd end up surviving. Like,
yeah, Heart is not the answer in this situation, but...
Yeah, but what else is? Like, what do you want to do? Like, start Scarnius? No.
I guess it still has to be the Diffusal Blade, and that's just going to help you pick off the supports. Also gives you a lot of good stats to have.
Yeah, it really does have to be that, doesn't it? There's just no other good choice for him at this point of the game. Wyvern's going to jump up. They're on the chase. RMN. There goes the curse, just locking him in position, allowing Illidan to finish the job as he loses half of his life to the Wrath of Nature. The Thunder God's Wrath hasn't even been used yet, and RMN will finally go down. Illidan protected by the BKB for the moment.
It's just funny watching Illidan. Okay, so we're going to isolate this target for you, Illidan. Oh, no, wait. Here, I'm going to isolate this target for you, Illidan. Here, help me. Here, okay. I'll kill them all, guys. Thanks.
Who's going to sit at my table at the lunchroom? I don't know. But everyone wants Illidan there.
Is under attack.
Say goodbye to your tier 2. And even with Shadowblade build coming the way of the Witch Doctor, that may even be a Glimmer Cape. Yeah, it's a Glimmer Cape.
Is under attack.
Shashlow's on the way for an Aghanim Scepter. You just lost the Aegis Immortal. We've got 5 minutes and 20 seconds until Roshan's back up again.
Radiant structures are fortified.
We still haven't even talked about the biggest thing for Hellraisers. Because they got all this map control, because they got Rosh, it really helped out the supports getting 2 Glimmer Capes, and Glimmer Capes just make Roxkiss lineup look like nothing. If you get Glimmer Capes off in a good timely fashion, you're not going to be doing any magical damage, and it's all on Ghostic right now to really come back into this game, and he's going to have to help carry the Spectre here. He's doing as much as he can with the split push, but this smoke is going to backfire heavily on Roxkiss.
Considering all of HR are in position, apart from one, Batrider just left. Shashlo actually broke the smoke, and they go for the ulti combinations. The Wrath of Nature, the Thunder God's Wrath can now pop off. The Spectral Haunt's already down. Shashlo does die in the middle of this, but Illidan, they've got BZZ isolated. The Death Ward's far enough back for the Witch Doctor. He's able to focus down RMN, and then the Curse as well. Ghostix might be able to TP out in time, but Tron's got nowhere to go but down, and Yol will draw him. A triple kill for Illidan. And now he's got 6.7k gold. Please buy something good. He's gonna... No, it's a Monkey King bar. It's still good. It's still bloody good. But he's a very big glass cannon, which is why I thought maybe he'll be looking at the heart.
MKBase here is still good. They have Roche control, so that allows you to play a lot more greedy in these situations. He still has enough for buyback too, and is looking really good. They did everything right there from Roxkiss too. Like, they killed off the Faceless Void, but the only initiation they have was the Spectre Haunt, and you kind of want to have the Spectre Haunt coming in later, where you already have somebody locked down and you're able to isolate one target and then go to the next and then the next. But when you're initiating with a Spectre Haunt like that, you're not going to come out on top.
And that's why Hellraisers had to feel so confident at this point of the game. Like, even if the top 3 net worths, 2 of them are Radiant side players, I'm still seeing that Weaver doing so much. They need to burst down Illidan. Like, if they can start the fight like that, then this game is a lot more interesting for Rox. But they need Illidan either, out of position. He's getting very, very aggressive. And there's the seal. Lieutenant the BKB almost gets the kill on Yol. Time lapses out all of the damage, but burns another BKB charge. He's down to 5 seconds on it, so he won't care anymore.
Long hair, don't care.
Clairvoyance tagline.
Yeah, they're searching. They're searching. Is he gonna do it? Yeah, he's doing it now. Oh no! They're gonna still get him though. I can't see.
They did the flame break. Flame break's gonna cancel the TP out. Now they can see Tron, and he can't spectral dagger himself any further away. They're gonna make sure he stays there. There's no haunt out because he threw the lasso down. Even then, it was all 5 heroes from HR on bot lane. A 53-second window while the Spectre's down. But he does
Spectre's
have buyback
so
available.
dumbfounded what to buy. Just like us. He's like, I'm gonna hold on to my gold, guys.
He must be thinking Radiance. If you got this much money, you'd still would have bought up majority of your diffuser blade.
Oh, Radiance is so bad because they have glimmers and BKBs and.
I'm not debating that. I'm not debating that at all.
I know
it's also a very rare situation when you look at something like a 32, 34-minute Radiance. At this rate, the Spectre won't get it until it's about 40 minutes into the game. Unless HR do something really, really stupid right now. And that's pretty difficult. Like, they're beaten through the tower. Illidan already forced the time-lapse out. They kind of need to cold embrace him into a safer zone. But the Spectre, horning up, goddamn goes down very, very quickly. They got a lot of damage being dealt in the back lines. The Witch Doctor, but he just glimmercates himself away while they lasso RMN in again. They have got the big kill, however. You're right, Illidan goes down. They're going to catch the Witch Doctor as well. I said it was hard, but not impossible. Hellraiser's getting called out, getting a little too aggressive and not respecting Rox's kiss.
Yeah, that's very strange for me, not respecting it. They've already wasted their time lapse on Illidan. That was the moment just to get out, but realizing that, Roxas just initiated. Another thing I haven't really discussed that much that's absolutely a pain in the ass to deal with is the vision that Thunder's Wrath gives onto the Glimmer Cape. So even though you have this invis, it's only helping out for the magic damage, and obviously you're going to have the Spectre Haunt still hitting you through the Glimmer. It's going to show, but still at the end of the day, they're going to need another one of those big ones, and then for Rox's Kiss to really get back into this, because it's still Hellraiser's game to lose for me.
I know we're starting to reach that point where you're going to lose that effectiveness. Like, you need to keep the momentum up for the Weaver. I would be with you 100% if the Weaver had a tanky item, but he doesn't.
Oh, and because they're going to get Roshan now, it just spawned like 10 seconds ago.
Yep.
Very untimely.
They had Triggins inside the pit, so Rox knew about it almost instantly. So Roshan always to get tapped up by the Zeus ulti, and they're going to leave it. Aegis the Immortal into the hands of the Spectre. More and more money coming his way. Diffusal Blade is completed, and another 2.5k gold sits on that Spectre. The Nature's Prophet's having the time of his life. He could... It's not really worth going a Silver Edge in this game unless you get it for stats later into the game.
Yeah. Like you said, they kind of want to have the initiation with the Sheep Stick. It would be really nice to have where they can catch out Illidan, but I don't know if he wants to go around the Disabler route or if he wants to just go for raw DPS and like go into... I don't like Mjolnir too much because of the BKBs on Hellraisers, but Daedalus straight for Ghost Stick could be really good.
I'm really not certain that Nature's Prophet meant to do this, but they're going to have a basically 2.5 to 3 creep wave pushing in through the bottom. Oh, Ancient Battle. Afro, get the hell out of there. He can't force-staff himself out, but he's far enough away that he won't get hit by anything else. And Illidan, okay, the damage into Tron, he still had the bug on him. Tron's going to survive, but barely. But yeah, I'm not quite certain about what Nature's Prophet was trying to do, because he took a creep wave and a half, almost 2 creep waves, up to the middle lane with the 2 treants he had. And this is made for like a mega wave coming in through the bottom.
What? This wave bottom lane.
Yeah.
Who's gonna farm it? Alright, Spectre, go get it. Go get it. But
he really should. He really, really should.
Who's gonna be the greedy ass that goes get this?
They could also send the Zeus. That'll bring him pretty close. Like, he'll be able to pick up a soul booster. Yeah, now they're finally picking it out. Okay, it's the greedy prophet. So
it's Toby in my game.
Dude! I'm taking it for a greater good. The Octarine means more ultimates. It means more trinkets that my enemy can farm. It means goddamn being dead in the bottom river. But Afo as well as Witch Doctor, they really want to have a crack at that. They'll make the tree line before they get visible.
What?
The refresher is that what you're wanting at? Is that what you're wanting at?
Yes.
Oh, I agree with you. It's a big what, but it's
Why
the only
not
way
just
he's
go
gonna
hard?
get. It's the only way he can get himself a 10-second BKB. But right now, he'll BKB, turns to fight, time lets out all the damage. Tron standing his ground here, but he cannot do this. The Nature's Prophet TP's in a little bit further forward. Okay, maybe he can do it. You forget he has the Aegis the Immortal. RMM will go down to the Witch Doctor, so there is a bit of a trade-off as Tron wants to just keep fighting. There goes his Spectral Haunt, reveals all the positions of Hellraisers. Into the Diffusal Blade, Illidan keeps the run going. He doesn't have his refresher up. There's no mana because he's already started this fight with only 300 mana. Illidan will go down. There's no buyback available for him. And
What?
this will be a potential Raxing done by Roxkiss.
Yeah, they lost the game. It's over. Hellraisers, why'd you do this to me? I believed in you.
It really looked like they had it. Like, for a while, they did. They had a 7.5k gold advantage. They had a 16,000 experience advantage as well. The Weaver was was coming online, but I know, like, why you're not getting a tanky item. Like, there's nothing but pure regeneration coming out from the refresher orb. I'm struggling with this concept, Ryu.
I mean, he didn't have any mana to cast the... What?
I can understand why he ran down, because he felt pressure to get into the fight, and you do have the regeneration from the refresher. This
Okay, they didn't get a Rex.
It's going to be a big pick-off right now. They want Tron. They're going to get Yol in the edge of this as well. So potentially they can be looking at multiple targets to kill off. The Flame Break goes off. Sharshlo has to bounce himself away, and Tron, he'll go down. Aphro with a double kill. A huge thing for him. Because now that Batrider's getting a large amount of money, up to level 20 now. Is he going Refresher as well? It's got to be something like... It can't even be a Lincoln's, because that doesn't protect Jack.
Could help out with the Orchid, maybe. But yeah, I would definitely love to see a Refresher on him, too.
You get hit by something like Arc Lightning, and you're already in trouble.
Pretty much. Armin, are they going to... No, not going to chase him down. Just going to farm here. They kept their racks, though, and that's pretty good. I'm just befuddled by this game now. I can't even think anymore. You got a Refresher Weaver now. I was going to talk about the Scotty for Spectre. It's probably the course that we talked about a little bit earlier. It had to be Diffusal into Scotty. It's like the only thing. And then probably a Heart afterwards. You can see how Illidan wasn't even there, and she still died. Just the fire of the Batrider. And so, 41 minutes in, 27-28. We got a hell of a close game now, and I think Hellraisers gave them a little bit, going too deep in that bottom tier 3, but now we're here, and both teams probably waiting on the Roche here.
That's a long time to wait, but it gives time to farm up your buybacks after you expended a fair chunk of money. Like, cause who's got that right now? It's only the Witch Doctor and the Batrider for Hellraisers. And Batrider's probably already considering spending his money so he can get his Refresher Orb right now. A double BKB, a double Lasso. All the control that Weaver needs, and Weaver needs that control to work for him. Because without it, he's nothing. Like, I'm still concerned about his mana consumption.
Find this mana regen, 250% added on from the Refresher. It
definitely works nicely, but when he spams out Shikuchi and then the Beetles
Tron,
and then
though.
Refreshers, yeah, a little bit of a quick mini stun. As long as he keeps the bug on the back of Tron, you could see him. But now Illidan gonna BKB, support's coming in. It's a big trap, especially when you get the curse off. They swap it out, but no, the Chronosphere from Sharshlo, the perfect position. The Spectre will go down. RMN's probably gonna join him in a moment. Gozik's gonna defensively sprout himself up. Illidan so low, and he's down for the count. God damn, he's just not enough of a man. They just profit. It's a triple kill for Sharshlo. It's 4 heroes lost for Roxkiss. Weaver almost escaped. The Wyvern almost escaped.
He went back in. Illidan went back in because he was so greedy and thought he could get the kills. Then he just got right-clicked to death by Ghostsick, who has 6,000 gold. What the? Alright. This is probably one of those situations where you're Furion, you're dead for 66 seconds. Probably should have bought back, but at the same time, they're not even pressuring at all now. They're just...
I would be very, very concerned if you use your buyback. Like,
I'm very surprised they didn't just try to pressure the bottom lane with the 2 heroes and just retreat. I guess at the same time, it's hard for the Faceless Void to pressure when you don't have that BKB.
It's also very difficult when the top lane was pushed in so far, and so was the mid. Like, you
yeah,
you can swing it back around again, but yeah, all you can do is force a buyback. That would be all.
I would... Yeah, I guess at the same time, you don't want to force a buyback and then get picked off yourself and then lose another Roche, because it's could be respawning pretty soon.
And we do have him in 27 seconds, so it's not a long wait for Hellraisers. I really want to see what this Aegis Prophet goes now for his next major item. Like, the Death Ward Aghanims upgrades up for Hellraiser, so there's going to be so much physical damage on the field that I'm a little concerned about his life. Which is why Silver Edge may be a possibility for him to go in for. Might consider going for a BKB, but then what are you going to do? You're going to replace drums when you've only used one charge?
I think he's used 2. It's used 2.
Yeah, sorry. You're right.
I got you, Toby. I keep you on your toes. Speaking of toes, Tron's toes are... Well, they're fine because...
Iron Man sacrifices himself for the greater good.
Alright, Afro Ninja's... Okay, that's just a really big misplay coming in from Hellraisers right there. Because they had Chrono as well as the lasso and...
Yeah, Spectre haunts up. They go for the wire with Lightning Bolt revealing, but then the curse. And Jarl came in range, so Goddamn is able to cripply walk himself out of here. Tron does have that Spectral Dagger down, but he keeps getting mini bashed the whole way through. There goes your Spectre, and Yol is down as well. Afro instantly uses a Refresher Orb, but he just misses the target. BZZ able to blink himself away to safety. So close there for Afro. That would have been so huge if he could pick off the Zeus.
He does have buyback. He really wants to buy his F-Blade right here for BZZ, but has to hold on to buyback. Spectre does have buyback. Will not be game. But it could be a set of racks if they don't buy back here.
Well, they're holding on to it for now. New Creep Wave's going to spawn. There's still no Death Ward up for the Witch Doctor. So got to keep their eyes on that one, but the Chronosphere's already up. No, not again! Oh, the swap will cancel the lasso. Shasha went for the big BKB. Illidan just able to time-lapse out in time before he goes down. The Wrath of Nature did some work there. And now the Refresher Orbs trigger again. Illidan's BKB will actually protect him while he's locked inside the Sprout, but he just could not get out of it again. So Shashlo's going to go down. Illidan's dead as well. And now the Witch Doctor. Yule Scepter up. And he's gone. The Gem of True Sight's on the deck. And Hellraiser's just lost 3. They did, however, take the mid-melee racks. But there's only buyback over on the Weaver. As the only hero with an available buyback, and Roshan has spawned. So if Rox are quick enough about this, they can get Nagus the Immortal up their sleeves and have a cheese extra.
I mean, Afro Ninja's been playing like a monster here. I don't know if they can let... Oh, there's this perfect ward now placed, so... Not going to make any big plays, Afro, are you?
With the gem being lost, it's so difficult for him.
Yeah.
But he's got to have a guess. Then again, he's being very defensive. Already back to base, doesn't have anyone else. There's a scribble being written by the Batrider saying like they've got to have a ward here or they control this area.
Alright, so Ghost Stick has the Sheep Stick plus 6,000 gold. I mean, what else do you want to buy here? Moonchart is a possibility, but then you're adding... Well, he still has like 330 right-click damage here. It's not that bad. Orchid is something that you could possibly replace, maybe for a Daedalus. What is he going to get? Who bought? Just a Scotty.
And that one's coming down for Tron. So I did actually end up going for that Scotty I was thinking about. Yeah, but then Aegis Prophet, like, you'd almost want to see a refresher. Like, actually replace the Orchid and get a refresher. So you got double ultis, double scythes.
I don't even think there's going to be enough creeps on the map to do that, though.
Yeah, true. And you've still got your Octarine, which has dropped your ulti down to 45 seconds. Yeah, no.
It could be really good, though, for the double Hex. I mean, if they just get a Hex on Illidan, that could be game over in situations. Okay, Illidan is neglecting Heart whatsoever. Most glass cannon build there ever was.
Now with this Chrysalis. Nice Chrono.
Easy.
And again, well, there's the swap. Shashlo ran out to try and find him. Araman was protected, and what is this? Why are they all dead right now? Shashlo was meant to be the one initiating in here. Now Hellraisers, They're losing their entire squad. The E-Blades attack, Batrider goes down, the Weaver brought back. But I hate to tell you, Eldon, you got no teammates.
Doesn't have BKB either. He's very susceptible to sheepsticks.
What the hell happened on the back line then?
I don't even know, man. I don't know anymore. They keep going into the same situation over and over and over again where you just have an easy Ven swap out of the Chrono and we'll just survive.
Well, there goes your mid-tier 3 tower. The bottom lane's also pushing in a long way. Swap. They go on Illidan. 4-star back out. Flamebreak trying to buy some space, but Illidan's dead. 2 minutes on the sidelines. Afro's going to join him. That may be the game right there. They just don't have the damage and control left to repel Rox. So this will be at least 2 lanes of Rax. That creep wave on bottom is just so huge. It was actually made bigger because Ghostix, when he triggered off that ultimate during the last fight, he hit like the entire creep wave and killed it off. So there's already huge momentum that came in from that with all the treants he had. But yeah, HR is going to find to the bitter end. They go for the curse, and well, this isn't the way to do it. The Sprout from Ghostix keeps them away, the Death Ward. They need some really good bounce damage, but it's not going to happen. YOLO Warriors getting ripped apart by Tron. GG, good game, well played. Rox Kiss, they keep their hopes alive. Remember, they're going to go 2-0 to qualify for the DotaPit LAN Finals. If they do not, then it will be Team Empire who will attend instead as the number 1 team.
They look like Hellraisers were just not even talking that game to each other. It's like, oh, we're playing a pub, guys. We're just going to do our own things. I mean, there was so much lack of synergy between a lot of things. And it looked very great. It looked perfect for the first, I want to say 30 minutes of the game. And then all of a sudden, everything went downhill and so fast. It's very weird for me to say at least. There's lots of Batrider plus Chronos on top of each other. Obviously, that lacks punctuation for me. You know, Wyvern ulti plus Void ulti on top of each other. But they all had the same mindset, like, oh, we got to lock them down, we got to lock them down. But still, Illidan's refresher, well, I'm pretty sure we're both not a big fan of that. It did help out a little bit for the BKBs.
You could see it, like, as a glass cannon. Like, you understand that it's called a glass cannon for a reason. Like, your Shadow of a Stone gets thrown at you. And he put so much pressure on Sharshlow as well as Batrider to get the initiation. But even then, the Weaver, like, this is what I was worried about with the whole Faceless Void pickup. I didn't feel like the Weaver was going to have enough range to attack into the Chronosphere. Like, you almost needed like a Dragon Lance over on that Weaver to make it work. And the Batrider initiation, you saw how that doesn't work underneath the tier 3 towers of Rox Kiss when the jump in happened. So like Batrider jumps in, gets the lasso, Void straight behind him, Chronos locks his own teammate in there, and then VS swaps out his teammate.
Yeah, the biggest thing is they had a lot of vision on the Venge sometimes, and they would still Faceless Void, Chrono, and Batrider lasso on top of each other. And the thing is that's really good about Hellraiser's lineup that they could have easily won this game is, talked about it a little bit earlier, Wyvern ulti can single out somebody, Batrider ulti can single out somebody, and if you just single out these targets, you're just letting Illidan go to town on these heroes, as well as the Faceless Void. If he just hits 1 or 2 man Chronos, they can easily set up for a lot of these kills, and they just gave a lot away when they just didn't get the Roshan. I guess that would come down to that bottom tier. We talked about it a lot, the tier 3 dive for no reason when Roche was spawning in the next, 1-2 minutes. And
yeah, it wasn't the most flawless game from either side, but it is still Rox that will take the victory for game number 1. We're back for game number 2 after the short break, so stay tuned. Will Rox qualify for the LAN Finals and take the series 2-0? Or will we be coming back to hail to Team Empire, really? Because that's what will happen if HR can take game number 2. Stay tuned, we will return.